like Scorpio eclipse hitting hard. We got some stingers going on. Definitely use the chat. I would love to get us all like sharing in this experience tonight. As some of you know, this is the kickoff to our Awaken Your Life Force digital course. This is the bonus. This is how we begin. Well, hopefully you've already began with your meditation invitation, but this is really where we're going to ground in and like get together in this sacred space because we need the support right now. Hi, everybody that's jumping on. I love seeing all these faces. Yay. Is that Liz that I see over there? Yes. Hi,
Yeah.
Liz.
Hi, Lauren.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, even just seeing you all here is already healing some of these things. I feel like I have stingers all over my body. And that's what happens when we actually get in alignment. We work with the cosmic energies so much deeper. That's the gift. Even if in the moments it can feel pretty painful and gruesome, right? It's because it's like it's like a rawness. We're open and we're ready to move through because we have that nature and that planetary energy pulsing through our cells. So we're going to be the ones that are doing the deep excavation and work. So yeah, I just wanted to say hi to everybody. And I would love it if you threw in the chat, like on a spectrum, because we're always on a spectrum. We're always floating around, right? Ebbing and flowing. I would love to know, what's your number right now? Like from 0 to 10, what's your number? If 10 is like the eclipse is just like blowing my life up right now, blowing my relationships up right now, or like, oh, it just kind of seems like another day. Like I'm kind of coasting through. It's no big deal, right? Yeah. Amy's like 10. She didn't even hesitate. She was like, done. I agree. 7. Yes. So I want to talk a little bit about the astrology because it's so big right now. We're in a huge portal for activation, and our relationships are actually the springboard. So they're our mirror, they're our teacher right now, and you're feeling the depths of what can come up when we get these disconnects and I want to say like the depth that happens in these wounds that are coming up that they're still holding on, right? In that ego, in that control, they're still holding on. So this is where we get to like blow them all the way up in this portal. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So get ready. Let's start though. Let's come into our intention and our ceremony. And before I even begin, I'm going to just put out the intention for this group and this sacred space and this energy that we're going to be emanating up into the light here tonight. I want to send it to Iran, to all those people and those beautiful souls that are standing on the lines for freedom, for liberation, for their truth, for their birthright of humanity. And they are putting their lives on the line in courage and bravery. So I want to hold them deeply in our hearts as we begin this beautiful connection and ceremony together. So if you haven't been in a ceremony before, welcome to the experience. Am I right, Amy? I know Amy's the OG. She's been in these ceremonies the longest. Laura's been here quite some time as well, but this is an experience. This is an integrative, holistic experience. We're not, hi, Lacey. You popped right on. We're not, I'll have you mute just for now. Thank you. We're not just talking about it. We are doing the work. If you saw my email that I just threw out right before this, I was like doing the work. Because I can't wait to come to these ceremonies because I know I'm going to feel elevated. I'm going to feel like the evolution of what happens when we're together in these spaces doing this deep excavation together. So if you have a clear, go ahead and grab it. If you don't, no worries. I will be bilocating this clearing to you. We are absolutely on that full multidimensional level, where we are moving into light, energy, and frequency. We are no longer in the density of just physicality. So with this clearing, Go ahead and just let yourself be at ease, be in this moment. Just take in a nice deep breath. Feel the energy fully reset all around you. And as you can feel the strength and depth of that, start to feel that reset move to everyone, every heart in this space and in this connection. Taking another nice deep breath all the way down to your belly, filling yourself up with that nourishing breath. And as you exhale, just fully go into your space of ease, fully go into this present moment activation, being available for all messages and guidance that is going to come through in this powerful space together, in this powerful eclipse portal. Feel your magic. Feel your power. Be in full appreciation of your choice to keep doing the work here on Earth, with the heavens above and the ground below, and the physical reality all around us. And I am just going to clear the cards quick. Just let yourself marinate in that release of tension, release of stress. Just dropping into a place of ease and flow and light and energy and full frequency activation. And if you have a candle, I'll have you grab that now. And again, I'll bilocate this illumination of light to all that are inviting it in at this moment. And with this illumination of light, I ask that all those beings that love us unconditionally come in powerfully with messages, guidance, and clarity for our highest and best unfolding path. I'm going to have you go ahead and mute if you're not muted right now. I tried to do that in the beginning, just for the video purposes. And so we ask that our angels, our star family, our ancestors, our higher self, all come in clear messages that we receive in the experience that we know, and even in experiences that we have yet to know. We ask that this activation of light and flame of power move through all of our heart centers and stays with us beyond this time and space together in full heart activation as we move through this intense and beautiful and welcome evolution through this Scorpio eclipse portal, moving into the Taurus eclipse in November and beyond from there. And we thank you for this time of gathering, of support, and of humanhood here in this life and unfolding path. And if you have a ceremonial beverage, go ahead and grab that right now. We hold all those hearts and souls that have planted, cared for, cultivated, and transported this heart medicine to our souls, our path, and our journey. We thank them for their reverence to spirit, to guidance, and to this human experience that we get to co-create with through this medicine. We ask that it comes into our physical bodies in all of the adaptive ways that we need at this moment in time in our unique biology, physiology, energy, and light. We ask that these messages continue to guide us in powerful ways, in beautiful spaces, and in full revelations of what is coming up from the depths below to be revealed, felt, and healed. And as always, when we bring the cup to our mouth, we breathe our intentions into the smoke before our first drink. And I'm going to share right now for those intentions that you've already put into this heart medicine. And so it is, and so much more. Beautiful. Y'all, you already have tears in my eyes. What's going on here? You throwing out some power. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to give a disclosure. Like, I feel a lot of power coming tonight, and you know that I'm all about feeling. So just be prepared. There might be some flow coming out. I'm just so grateful to be here with all of you. And I love that you're all here. I just want to give you a big virtual hug, a big heart hug. So let's chat a little bit about the astrology before we get into our intentions. Woo! Okay, so we are coming from the Venus star point, which is a cazimi between Venus and the sun in Libra. Okay, so Venus is in her exaltation in Libra, and she's in her detriment in Scorpio. So as we're moving into the Scorpio eclipse at 3:50 a.m. Pacific tonight or tomorrow morning, they're all going into Scorpio together. So it's this journey, and that's where Scorpio and Venus are kind of playing this like back and forth of like, how can we activate each other to fully transform these deep wounds and disconnections. Okay. And I said this before, it's like, we're bringing up the ego. We're bringing up the control, right? We're bringing up that need to control our external world to feel safe, secure, and powerful even. And what's coming up with this? So I've gotten so many messages about this eclipse. That's why I just put out the email, and I'm like, go to all of my things, because there are new messages as this energy is unfolding. I continue to tap in, and they continue to evolve and come to light even more. And I feel deep reconnections with our sexuality and our sensuality and our love, right? So it's like all three of those they're all in one, and we have separated them out because of the environment around us. Right. And I'm sure probably most of us here have had a very physical experience of disconnection of our sexual empowerment, of our God self within that sexuality and that sensuality and that intimacy with our bodies, with our energy, with our spirit. And I feel a deep transformation coming in those spaces that's actually going to move us into this harmony, which Libra is all about, the harmony, right? The balance. It's going to move us into this harmony within ourselves, right? Of the masculine and the feminine energy. A lot of us might have even shut down our divine feminine energy to stay safe sexually out in the world, right? And so as like that phoenix rises up, and we remember that that's actually our empowerment. That's our birthright of being sexual, sensual, loving, caring, trusting beings, right? That's gonna like take us into this place of very harmonious, like energetic balance, where we're not going so far into our masculine in order to protect ourselves, where we can be in that divine feminine and that flow and that ease and that softness with confidence. That's that sacred masculine is like bringing the confidence to that. It's like I get like we're oozing out, like we get to ooze out, right? And for so long we've been keeping ourselves in these barriers and these walls, right? Just to appease everyone else around us. So I feel that happening. And I'm also feeling where those scorpion stings, you got people in your life that are lashing out, right? They are like, it's like, what are you talking about, right? It's like almost shocking. It's what's coming up from the underbelly and the underworld, because we're all feeling this energy. And if you haven't been doing the evolutionary work where you look, where your first response is curiosity, right? If you haven't been doing that, a lot of times the first response is a reaction. It's anger, it's accusation, it's like throwing out some kind of dagger in order to find a balance within yourself. But these are just the teachers. These are the eclipse teachers that are coming up. And that's with Libra being all about relationships. Scorpio is also about relationships in a different light. And it's like Scorpio, I see as the relationship to like the self as well, that sensual self. So that's coming up while we're seeing all these patterns resurfacing in relationships that we thought it was done, right? Is anybody with me? Where it's like something's coming up now and you're like, oh my gosh, I thought we worked through that. I thought we were like in the frequency and somebody dropped out of the frequency and now they're throwing that scorpion sting out. And it's like, where do we go? Right? Where do we go with that? How do we find our center? And how do we remember that this is the mirror? This is the reflection work. And also, we are here for them, right? So it could like feel like a little victim-y where it's like, ouch, why are you lashing out at me? Like, why is this happening? But it's like, oh, wait, I'm actually here for this to happen for you. So if we can get into that place of groundedness and centeredness with all of this Scorpion energy, and I wrote this down because I didn't want to lose it with Scorpio. Where is it? With the jealousy, the ego, the anger, the obsessiveness, right? So is anybody feeling those things come up in relationships at all right now? I see a yes. Yeah. And so it's like, it's the way I can say it is that's the teacher. That's what's like, it's like it all, because we know that we don't have to come up with an intentions on eclipses, right? Eclipses are going to do it for us. They're going to bring whatever is under there. They're just going to bring it to the surface. We don't have to like dig deep for it. So it's like, we're here to alchemize what's coming up. And I think what's important for us right now is figuring out like, where are we best in that? Like, do we remove ourselves from that energy and that exchange in order to get into that strength, into that harmonious balance within ourselves, and remember that it's not about us. It's not about us. This is about everyone having divine lessons being thrown into their life. I cannot say that enough, right? There's nothing tiptoeing around here. So I feel like when we can really stay in this space and come together, right, in these kinds of spaces where we exchange in that higher vibration and frequency and in that curiosity, in the observation, and we can remove ourselves, even if we've still got ego, if we've got that ego coming up, it's like, no, but you need to know my point. I'm right. Right? Like, that's a hard one in this human experience, to like let go of needing to be right. And we're going to go here in the journaling because I think it's really important. So when we can transcend that need to be right, that need for somebody else to be balanced, for us to have good energy. Can y'all feel me with that? Right? Because it's like we're working on our energy, but then if there's like staggered or it's like I'm getting this jagged energy around us, it's like, no, I want that to be good energy too. So then it's easier for me to run my energy. You feeling me on that? Okay, I'm going to check the chat because I see some stuff going on in here and I want to see what you all are saying. Yeah, on a natal Venus. Yep, this eclipse is on my natal Uranus. So I'm like, whoa, okay. Virtual hugs, loving it. Scorpio full moon 6 months ago. Yeah, absolutely. 6 months ago. I mean, eclipse cycles, we're moving. They all last the 6 months. And so this Scorpio energy with the Scorpio in the South Node, it's like relentless. Are you all feeling me on that? So it's like we get these little periods of soft move. And that's where I think we think, oh my God, we've done the work. All these relationships are going really well in my life. I'm like you know, I'm feeling the elevation. I'm moving through my evolution. This is like woo, woo, chugging along. And then Scorpio comes up and blows the train up, like fucking blows the train up. This is big. And y'all feel my emotion on this. This eclipse with the Venus, with Libra, with that Venus star point is not messing around. It is using your relationships as the biggest catalyst in your life. And if you haven't felt it yet, I'm super happy for you, but also this continues to go. This doesn't just end tomorrow, right? So I think it's really good to have that awareness and be ready to be curious instead of reactive, right? Yes, I'm shifting how I respond to her and holding better boundaries, but she can still push my buttons for sure. I have Mars at 2 degrees in Scorpio. Yeah, do you all have something natal in Scorpio? I'm so curious because that's like my only fixed sign in my whole natal chart is Uranus, Scorpio, and this is on it. So Neptune, yeah. Oh, wow. That's going to be an interesting one. Barushka, let me know how that goes. Neptune again, 2 Neptunes in Scorpio. So that's where you two, I feel like the message that I just shared is probably for you, where you might not really be feeling the full blow up because you're in that kind of illusion place of Neptune, of like, Neptune can give you that buffer, right? It can give you that like, oh, but things are okay. It's almost like this blissful ignorance can happen with Neptune. And it's a beautiful thing because it's like a higher mind, it's higher rising, it's more spiritual than the physical reality. And so, yes, Uranus, you're feeling me. Yeah. So, but I want you to pay attention though, because then yours can like, it can hit you later, right? Because it might be trying to come up, but with your Neptune and Scorpio, you might be like, oh, like you see it a little, but you keep doing your thing, right? And so we want to really, and that's where we're doing this work, is we're really bringing this to the surface because this is the portal to do it in, right? And so, with the Venus star point, it's about beginnings and endings as well. I mean, you know, are you with me on astrology? It feels like it's like once we truly embrace the death and rebirth, like that's creating much more ease for us. Yeah. Somebody else has Uranus as well. Wow. Neptune and Uranus. Interesting. And then somebody else said Venus. Who's got Venus? That's a big one. I don't know where I saw that. Christy. Yeah. Ooh. What, you know, I've been studying more about Venus, and I feel like Venus is really the biggest catalyst to our personal evolution and growth in this physical reality. Like, I feel like Venus is the biggest teacher. And every time we have something, some big transit in Venus, we get rocked, right? Amy, do you agree with me? Yeah. Yeah. So everybody's going to be feeling this with Venus. And it's like, when you think about Venus, you want to be all starry-eyed, right? It's like, oh, Venus is all about giving and receiving love. It's how you like bring in resources. And I think as it's coming to me right now, as humans, our biggest disconnect is giving and receiving love because we're so dang conditional in it. Right? So that I'm getting a yes, like that's like the power player. That's like where it hits hard. And so that's why I say in these times, let's go all in. Let's do the work. And that's what I didn't even plan this. I mean, obviously I divinely planned it, but my physical body didn't plan it. But I had to push the Awaken Your Life Force course back a week. And it's starting literally on this eclipse. And I feel like that's such a beautiful thing because even in our evolutionary spaces, it can get pretty lonely in these big bangs, like these big shakeups in our lives, especially when it's with people that we may have been in relationship with deeply, You know, we may have trusted in a way that we never thought this would come up, or we never thought this would happen. But that's where the astrology now is so powerful, as the veil, as the magnetic field is so much thinner. It's like, it's like coming and going. I'm getting this like in and out. There's no delay as it moves through our bodies, right? So really pay attention to your dreams tonight, especially you Neptune ones. Pay attention to your dreams tonight as this eclipse hits, because that could be some really incredible messages coming through. And so I just, be in the space of relationships are my teacher. Get your mirror out every night. Even if you just hold it up in front of your face, just hold it up in front of your face, because whatever is coming at you is not personal from whoever it is, right? Whoever the trigger is, whatever the trigger is, this is honestly for your growth, for your divinity, for your ease after this, right? And so I feel like that's really what I wanted to talk about, because as Venus goes into the detriment in Scorpio, especially in the morning when it hits hard, we have to remember that that's like the catalyst. The catalyst is being placed. Okay, so remember that as you move through these big energies, and call upon your work. I have been in deep spaces in the last 3 or 4 days of just asking for guidance, pulling guidance in, like asking. I've been laying in my meditative states, just asking for the message of like, what's my role in this, and what's the other party's role in this, and what's the higher consciousness of it? How can I transcend the physical pain, the hurt, the ego, the control, the fear? And how can I be in the highest consciousness of this, knowing that it's happening for a divine reason? And that's what we're going to really be working with tonight, because I want us all to be hopefully at a 2 or a 3 or a 1 or a 0 at the end of our time together. Because I know that it's possible. I know we can do this together. And that's why I'm so grateful to be here with you as well, because it's a big experience right now, and it's go time. That's why I've been kind of getting a little harder, like a little more hardcore with my messages out there. And like, it's go time. And if you're not in an alignment practice, it could get really gruesome. It could get really messy out there. And what we want to remember is that reactionary words can last for a long time, right? And when we can come from that more transcendent place, we can create so much healing just in that energy, in that frequency. I mean, I've been using my light bubble practice like none other. And sometimes when you're in the ego, it's super hard to do it because you just don't want to. You want them to know why you're right. You want them to know your story and your experience. So it's like, I get it in my body. It's like, you can't, there's no black, like you can't write this out, right? You can't write down a formula for this. But it's a really beautiful thing when you feel that switch in your spirit and you're like, I can let go of that ego. I can let go of that need for control, and I can hold this person in light. And that will change the way that they're bringing energy towards you. I promise you that. And if you're in the course, we're going to be doing it tomorrow night. It's like divine time. We are doing the healing light bubble, like hardcore tomorrow night. So does anybody want to come up and share intentions for tonight? I'm just going to say mine right now. And my intention is that we heal the wound beneath the surface, that we uncover what's below the physical experience. So I'm going to say, and so it is, and so much more. And if anybody else wants to jump up and share, you can share in the chat. You can come up and share with everybody. This is the time.
I'll share because it's pretty much the same as yours. Mine is, it is my intention to go deep and heal the wounds. And you just added for me beneath the surface. I was going to say to heal the sadness, but it was more than that. It's beneath the surface, whatever is lurking. Thank you.
Yes, I love that co-creation. Thank you, Christy. And so it is, and so much more. Beautiful. Amy just said self-love is her intention. And that's ultimately the Venus journey, because we cannot give love if we can't receive love from ourselves. Yeah, I love that you just held your heart there. You want to come up, Liz?
Yeah, I would, my intention is to quiet my ego so that I can hear my soul.
Beautiful, yes. And so I'm speaking your language tonight, huh?
Totally, 100. Yeah.
Beautiful.
I have a specific example I'm working with, and it's like, wow, okay, got it.
Yeah, so it is, and so much more.
Yeah.
Is there somebody else coming up?
I'll share. Yeah. I really want to, sorry, I'm like hearing noises out there. I really want to heal the divine feminine in myself, but also my family line. And like watching that movie, the Emotion documentary, you know, with like the girl with the gargoyle versus the little butterfly. It's like, yeah, I really want to shift that. So.
Beautiful. And so it is, and so much more. And thank you, because again, that's what I'm saying. I feel like, you know, a lot of times when we get the new and full moon, there's one dominant energy, but I feel like it's like, we're ready to take on more, and we're ready to go through the deep transformations of those like betrayals of trust in our femininity, in our sensuality, in our sexuality, in our power. And it feels like those are ready to come up. So watch for that in these relationship dynamics that are playing out as well, because they might be showing you a way, a path, a message to like deeper opening in those energies and like moving through your lineage, right? Beautiful. Anybody else want to come up? Yes. Yeah. So Lacey said her partner's triggering her, but she's looking beyond her ego of feeling anger and sadness. That's where we're getting under. That's what we're about to do right now in the journaling. That's what I want to get under, because we're really, really good at being in the ego. We've learned that to a T. Like, we are really good at making our case. We're really good at telling, like, realizing, feeling how other people are wronging us. And when we get under that, we realize there is a deep lesson here. There's a deep learning. This is a place for ascension. And how do we get to a place where we don't need someone else to be on the same path that we're on? We don't need somebody else to transcend their ego. That's really deep. And I feel like that's the Scorpio depths that are inviting us in right now. It's almost like I just got the message of the ground is breaking open and wanting us to come down and be in our power there. Right? Sarah said, my intention is to continue letting go of control and being open for all of my authentic choices to move forward. For Lacey and Sarah, I'm going to say, and so it is, and so much more. I mean, this is amazing. This is the divine co-creation, because I feel like all of your intentions are coming in the energies that we've been talking about, right? With the fear, the control, the ego, the anger response, and the sexual healing and reconnection, the divine feminine power the power, because when we're in that power, we receive the love because we receive the love for ourselves. We have our own internal lover, right? And then we can give. And then people in our lives that may not be on the ascension journey that we're on are going to start changing based on our frequency that we're giving. So you see how much power is in this, right? Bree said, my intention is healing my sick body, knowing what opportunities to take that I have been offered in the past 2 days, and being authentic and vulnerable in relationships and not scared out of my mind. And Christy said, I had a visualization last week about going to the center of the earth for healing. Yes, Bree, yes. And so it is, and so much more. Yeah. That, and Bree, I think you said you have your Pluto in Scorpio. That's a lot of like deep, deep stuff coming up. That's like the death of a lot of things, maybe a lot of narratives, a lot of paradigms, even a lot of physicality in your life that can almost sometimes be a little scary to let go of, to go beyond, because we get to know it. We get really comfortable with it as well. And so this could be like, again, Pluto, that's like Pluto's blowing stuff up, right? But it's blowing stuff up to grow things new. And somebody said going to the center of the earth. We went to the center of the earth recently, and I can't even remember what it was for. Does anybody remember which ceremony that was for, where we went to the center of the earth? Lacey, I know you had a beautiful time down there. If you remember which ceremony that was, throw it into the chat, because that was a great, if you weren't there, Christy, that was a really great meditation to take us there. Okay, so for the journaling, I do want to journal because I feel like this is important. We've got the energy cooking, right? We're like marinating in it right now. So if you have a journal, grab it. If you don't have a journal, just, you know, be in the thought flow and the energy movement in your body. Was it the equinox ceremony? I'm going to think on that. So what I want you to do, let me find my journal here, is find the trigger. The trigger is probably right there, right? So we all got our triggers right now because they're quite active in our frequency, right? So find the trigger, and then I want you to get to the emotion below. Like we said before, I want you to get underneath. And sometimes this is a really great way to do it. If you're like, I don't know how to figure out what the emotion is, what I'll reflect to people when they're having this, like, you know, I want to say it kind of like that loop. Like it can be the anxiety loop, the stress loop, the anger loop, like whatever the trigger is bringing up for you. And I say to them, so if this happens, whatever's happening in this experience, if it happens even deeper, what are you the most scared of? What are you scared will happen from this trigger? Right? So get to that. You see how that's going below the surface of what we're used to being in? And the ego keeps us in the surface, right? Because we're like pinging back and forth. We're like, no, I'm right about this. You're wrong. I'm right. And we're not even listening. So I want you to get below, like, what is your deepest fear of what's coming up in this trigger? And then once you find that deepest fear, I want you to follow that thread into the lesson. Like, what is this? What's the opportunity in this trigger? What's the opportunity of growth, of transcendence, of reflection, of evolution in this trigger? Okay, for time purposes, I'm going to bring you back. You can come back though, immediately after the ceremony and keep bringing it up. Keep letting that energy come up, right? I just keep getting this image. It's like they're sending me every image possible. It's like they're showing me a log and like picking up the log. They're showing me like being in the ground and like the ground breaking free. It's like keep getting under there, right? And the deeper you go under there, the more the ego just can let go. It can float away, right? But we're going to be doing this in the meditation tonight as well. So we're packing a punch in this one, just like that eclipse, right? So what we're going to do, oh, I picked a card and I'm like, I was laughing at the card because as I was shuffling the cards earlier, preparing for the ceremony, this one came out and I was like, oh, wouldn't that be funny if it came out again? So it did. They're really being clear with us tonight. And it's something that I just shared with you, like where I've been going to like draw more. I'm just like asking, I'm continually asking, like, what is the lesson here? How can I get out of my need to be right? Because I'm like going through all the things. I'm like, there's this, I was right. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, this is how I've been wronged in all of these ways in this situation. And it's like, I just keep asking, like, help me transcend, help me move above. What is the, like, what am I here to do for this other person? And what are they here to do for me? This is not about what's happening right now. And the card that came up was the Ancients. See that heart right in the middle? Heart activation. I love it. Look, animals, ancestors. Brett was talking about healing the lineage. Like there's so many messages coming through, right? So it's like this card comes up when you've been searching for the answer by your, like within yourself, right? And it's like, it's time to open up. It's time to notice the messages that are coming through in all the different ways, right? They might be coming through from various people that are sharing in the chat tonight. They might be coming through from what I'm saying. They might be coming through from the animal that you passed today, right? Your ancestors are trying to reach you in your physical reality, in your physical experience. And when you're in the ego, you're not paying attention. Am I right? Because you're sitting there playing it over and over in your head, right? So it's like, can you let go of the immediate energy of the experience and surrender to the, and invite and welcome the answers coming in? And can you trust that answer coming in instead of going back to how you've always done it in your life? How you've always come up with the solution through the long linear path? Can you trust the power of what's coming in and let go of that ego or that control or that need for something to be a certain way for you to feel comfortable? So get out in nature, right? Just lay down and listen. See what comes up for you in the meditation tonight. Just be curious about it and see if something deeper comes up through your dreams as you move. This is a night ceremony, right? And so this takes us right into that consciousness connection while the eclipse is happening. Okay, so there's a couple of things that I want to do. It's going to be super fun. So the first one is I want to really bring this energy up. So I'm going to have y'all stand up. Now, I'm not going to make as big of moves as you can because as you can see, I'm in my van. So I don't have a tremendous amount of space here. So I want you to go as big as you can with this. And it just came to me like yesterday for the ceremony. And I'm sure some of you have done the first part with me, but I've never added the second part on. And the second part is bringing us, we're pulling the energy up of whatever we're getting underneath, what we're excavating from our root. I want to show you, I'm showing you from our creation energy, from our life source area, right? From the life-giving place in our pelvis. We're bringing it up from our sensuality, from our sexuality, from the lineages, because lineages get passed on womb to person, womb to person. And then we're going to take it up. We're going to raise it up and we're going to get higher and we're going to ask, we're going to like, it's like we're handing it up to our guides to help us. It's like, this is my gift. Help me with this, and bringing it back down. So we're going to go hoo, ha, ha, hoo, ha, ha. Okay. We're going to go a little bit faster. Are you all with me? Got a thumbs up? So get a good stance, get a good like tree rooted in stance. You are grounded, you are centered, you are powerful, you are beautiful, and you are worthy to love yourself to the deepest depths of your core. Okay? Taking a nice deep breath. Hoo, ha, ha, hoo, ha, ha, hoo, ha, ha, hoo, ha, ha, hoo, ha. Hoo, ha, ha, 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 hoo, ha, ha. Keep going. Feel that fire. Feel it coming up. That energy is moving. Keep going. Yes. Hoo, ha, ha, hoo, ha, ha, hoo, ha, ha. Hoo, ha, ha, hoo, ha, ha. Yes, yes. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. And we're going to come together in 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Just let yourself feel it. Be in that energy. Close your eyes. Let it come up. Let it speak to you. Feel the movement through your body. Taking a nice deep breath all the way down to your womb area. As you exhale, just let it all free. Let it all flow. Good. And you can stand where you are. You can come back closer if you'd like. We're going to go right into tapping. So I want you to bring up whatever's there, whatever's in that trigger. It can be anger, betrayal. It can be mistrust. It can be, you can just use trigger. You can use misunderstood, anything, wronged, anything that you may be feeling in that experience, even at the physical 3D level. We're going to tap. So begin here on the outside of your hand. We're going to go one round where we share. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. So say it out loud with me. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Top of your head. And even though I'm not saying the emotion or trigger, I want you to say it out loud. Nobody hears you. You're on mute. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Going to your eyebrows, the bridge of your nose and your eyebrows. You can go 1 or 2 hands. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Under your eyes. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Above your lip, in the middle, above your top lip, under your nose. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Your chin right below your bottom lip. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Collarbones right beneath your clavicle there. Let yourself feel it. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Give yourself a little massage right there, right now. Nurturing, opening up, massaging that heart space. Let yourself truly be in this energy and flow and feeling through your heart activation. Deep breath. And then under your armpit, right on the outside of your breast. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Even though I feel, I deeply love, accept, and celebrate myself. Go to the other hand. I'm feeling the release with all of you. And we're going to go around and I'm just going to have you tap and feel the tension leave your body. Top of your head. Feel the stress being washed away. Feel love move through your cells, your bones, your blood, under your eyes. Oh, sorry, eyebrows. Feel the energy shift within your whole body, mind, spirit, and soul. Under your eyes. Feel the magic that is you. Feel the power of this space, this time, and this collective together. Beneath your nose, feel the tension washing away. At your chin, under your lip. Feel the ground hold you in her care and her strength. Collarbones. Feel your heart pulsate with a beautiful life force and photonic light and a love vibration. Give yourself a little massage. Open, yes, open the ribs. Feel that nurturing, that heart activation, nourishment. And other side of your breast, your armpit. Feel yourself be fully present for this activation and transformation in your body, mind, spirit, and soul. Whew. Okay. And now I want you to repeat after me. I stand in my integrity. I stand in my light. I stand in my love. I stand in my integrity. I stand in my light. I stand in my love. I stand in my integrity. I stand in my light. I stand in my love. Beautiful. And let yourself get nice and comfortable now. Find whatever space aligns for your body. And this time of deep work, reflection, and meditation. Just let yourself be easeful. Feel that energy moving through your body. Feel the new life force pulsating through your cells. And as that life force continues to grow stronger, deeper, notice a light shining in your soul. Notice a warmth in your heart. Notice a peace in your spirit. Feel the air on your skin. Feel the exchange of energy through your body, the earth, the higher dimensional realms. Just be easy, be gentle, enjoying the state of profound transformation that you have just created and co-created and are now marinating in. Feel that warmth and light moving up from your heart that easily glows and moves through your throat chakra, nourishing, cleansing your voice, your truth, your strength and power. Feel it move up to your third eye. That light and warmth is pulsating. It gently moves up to nourish your third eye. Feel that light moving in and out in a beautiful exchange between you and your higher consciousness. Strengthening your divine sight, your vision, your innate and inherent truth. Now feel that light moving up easily through your crown chakra in a beautiful exchange. The upper dimensional realms, and your physical body, opening up beautiful channels of energy and frequency for your guides, your connection and co-creation with a benevolent universe who is always guiding you through that eternal life force energy. Beautiful. And now feel that light easily move down through your body as it magnetizes and moves to your womb area, your creation center, your life source. And just let that light move through every cell, creating deep spaces of peace, healing, and knowingness. as you open the flow for your lineage, your ancestors, the healing that you know you came here to do. That is the powerful you. Just notice how easy this light flows in and out, above and through, activating divine knowledge and transcendence. And as that light grows stronger, and that warmth wraps you in its love and compassion for your journey, your choice to be here, and your unfolding experience and path. Notice your energy body step onto that path as you move into a beautiful cylinder of travel, merging with the lights, the lines, the movements, as your cylinder elevator begins to descend down. Moving in ease, in quantum leaps, as you feel the Earth's activations for sounds, for nature, as you glide down to the depths. As you move from this physical space of conditioned reality and connect deeply with your innate truth. Landing into the middle of the earth now. As you land, that elevator just moves away. And as you stand in this beautiful, dark womb, notice any walls around you. And in those walls might be an ego reaction, a control, an experience, a trigger, anything that may still be lingering in those deep spaces in the depths of ourselves, ready to be revealed in this eclipse energy. And without judgment, just notice those walls. Notice how tall they are. Notice how they connect. Notice how they may have weaved a story through this human life. This iteration in this body at this time. Just be in full observation, letting anything come up and resurrect those walls that needs to be there. And notice in your hands the beautiful match filled with all of your favorite colors. And as you move down to the ground with that hand and with your match, strike that light. Beautiful. That light is burning. It's moving through those walls quickly, effortlessly, easily. Notice the joy in your heart, the levity in your soul as those walls burn down. Revel in the ashes. Watch them burn one by one. The fire moves quickly, easily. Staying exactly where you intend it to go. And as that fire is coming down, finishing its job, filling your feet with the ashes of liberation, feel yourself rise, rising now, quickly moving up. And as you rise, feel the power moving through your soul. Feel yourself be in a beautiful state of unity, of love frequency, of utter joy for every part of your path that has brought you right here, right now. To hold that match, to burn them down as you rise like the phoenix with the fire wings. You may be spinning now. You feel the earth cheering and joy shared in your experience as you're moving and flying up from the fuel of what has burned down in love, compassion, in invitation and welcome. Feel the power of your new light force as you've now reached your body, coming back in easily, integrating beautifully. Noticing the effortlessness of just being free. And you decide where to put that fire. You can move it through your body, maybe in your heart, maybe in your womb space, maybe in your solar plexus or third eye or crown chakra. Let yourself hold that fire wherever it's most needed at this time, in full support of your unity consciousness, of your deep love for this journey, of your growing love for every part of this experience, your ultimate love, the full balance of energy that you emanate out into the world and grid in healing spaces, empowered knowing. Just let yourself breathe here, enjoying this physical body. And this journeying space and strength the divine support of this community. Feel yourself get lighter, the body floating. Your connection with the divine flowing. Feeling the air on your skin and coming back fully. Taking this experience, activating it wherever you put that flame in your body, moving forward in this powerful time, coming back whenever you feel the energy arise. Taking a nice deep breath, letting it go. And when you're ready, coming back to this beautiful divine table of gorgeous souls. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to check in with you. Can you give me a number? Look, my makeup is running because I'll tell you what, during that tapping, I felt oh, look at the baby. I see a baby out there, little puppy. I felt beautiful release happening in that tapping as we moved from there. So does anybody want to share their number with me before we take off tonight and before I end the ceremony? 3, yes. I love that. 1, yes. I'm feeling love. 4, yeah. I mean, this is, I truly hope that meditation and that travel for you is something that you can keep coming back to as we move through this portal. I'm just feeling like my heart has been squeezed, right? Do you all have a heart squeeze going on? Like there's a new energy that's pulsating through my heart. And I truly want to send you all so much appreciation and thanks for that. What is the scale? In the beginning, we did a spectrum scale of like 10 was where you're getting Scorpio like hit the hardest. And 1 or 0 is where it's like, oh, it's just another day. Beautiful. I just feel like I can handle anything. 3, yes. 2, oh, incredible meditation. Y'all, I still have tears in my eyes. That's why I love this work so much, because I'm not scared to feel. Like that is where that vulnerability and that intimacy is where our deepest power lies. It really is. And so I'm getting a full yes on that. I love that. And I don't want to let you go because I just love being here with all of you, but I know I kept you a little bit long. I'm super stoked to deal with whatever comes up, whatever happens. Felt like a cosmic coven doing this upgrade together. Oh, y'all, you are speaking my language. I love that. Oh, yeah. I hope that I delivered on what I said, where I said we were going to go at the beginning of this ceremony, because it really just it came through right before we started. And yeah, it's so good. And I'm really excited that I get to see a bunch of you tomorrow night as well. Thank you, Lori. Thank you, Sarah. I'm so happy that you were here. Tapped into the grief of the suppression of divine feminine over the eons. Oh my gosh. Okay, I just had a huge womb shift when I read that. Y'all, let's keep doing this work, because that feels so important. Brett, thank you for sharing that, because literally I'm feeling it in my cells right now. It's like it's like in my, in that whole creation area right now. So let's keep doing this work. It's so important. And it's huge, right? So I know that we did big work here tonight. I think some people had to jump off because I kept you over because it felt important. Zoom and I were in a dueling electronic battle. I won, but a little late. Yes, I will give you access to the ceremony. Absolutely. So you're all going to get this tomorrow. I will get it to you as early as I can. I'm going to do some more work tonight, so I can't get on the emails tonight. It feels really important, but I will get it to all of you tomorrow. If any of you have questions about tonight or thoughts that you want to share with me, please do, because I knew with all of you coming in, I was like, this is gonna be big, and we all delivered. So yay us. All right, have a beautiful night. Please pay attention to what comes through in your dreams tonight. It's gonna be big. I know it's gonna be big, and I'll see many of you tomorrow, and I'll get all of you this ceremony tomorrow. From my heart to yours, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. This is why we are here at this time. This is why we chose this journey. So, well, I just appreciate you. And with that, I'm going to close this beautiful, powerful place and ceremony and time. And I ask that this flame, this conduit of light, stay in our heart center in activation in 3, 2, 1. Yes. Big work. We're doing it. Doing it well. Ooh. I love you all. I'll see you all soon. Yay.
Thank you, Lori.
Yay. Mwah.
Emma.